Thank you, Colby. So much to have you here with me. I'm so excited and happy to be back here in Phoenix, Arizona. And thank you, Mayor Gallego, for welcoming us to your incredible city. You got a great mayor here. So, we have 28 days left to save our country. Kamala, Tim, Gwen, and I, we are basically everywhere. Traveling, barely get to see each other, but you know what? We can feel this energy and this enthusiasm that you have right here in this building. We are feeling this every single place we go, all over this country. I had 1,200 people come to see me in San Antonio, Texas. 3,500 people came to see me in Pittsburgh just this past weekend. And it's not even to see Kamala. Tens of thousands of people are coming to see her. These people are showing up to see me because everyone knows that this campaign is about something bigger than ourselves. This campaign is about what kind of country are we going to be? Will our democracy be protected? Will fundamental freedoms that Trump ripped away from you be restored? We're going to embark on a new way forward with What kind of leader will this country have? What kind of leader should this country have? We believe in the First Amendment in this country. And that goes back to the kind of leader that this country should have and this country deserves. You don't want somebody like Trump who divides the country, sows chaos, surrounds himself with extremists, and is in it just for himself, not for us. The good news is, my wife, Kamala Harris, is running for president. A strong leader who leads with joy, with confidence, with integrity, with truth, and has a great team around her. Yes! Practical solutions, right? She is in it for us, not for herself. So I started my day in Los Angeles this morning, and people there were already coming up to me and saying, they voted for her. And it's all happening now. So Arizona, you can do that tomorrow. I'll still be here. You get up and vote early. This election can run right through this room and this group of people, right? We were so close here in 2020 when Biden-Harris won. It was close here in 2022. And you have a chance to determine who will be the next president of the United States right here in your community. Start early voting tomorrow. Now, back in late July, this country faced an unprecedented situation. We needed somebody to step up. We needed somebody to step into the breach. And that person was Kamala Harris. The country needed somebody to lead. And she rose to that challenge. And that the day after President Biden decided not to go forward with his campaign, that next day in Wilmington, my wife promised that she would do 4 things. 1, she earned the nomination. She said she would do it. Nobody handed it to her. She got out there and earned it. She said she was going to work hard and do that. She also said that she was going to go out and unite the Democratic Party. Well, but she also said that she was going to unite the country.
Yes!
She is doing that as we speak. And finally, she promised you all that she was going to be the next president of the United States. She stepped up for us. She has stepped up for us. She has been the most badass version of herself. We now need to be there for her. And we only have 28 days in which to do that. And like that said, right here in Phoenix, in Arizona, all over your great state, you will have a big part in determining that. And the path to victory runs right through here. But you know that I am an extremely proud husband. I've always been proud of my wife, but the way she's stepping up each and every day, she's showing us what leadership looks like. She's sharing her vision for how this country can come together and solve its problems. She's doing it at another level.
We have her back!
Joyful warrior. She's a joyful warrior. She's brought joy back to politics. She's also a warrior, taking the fight right to Donald Trump.
Let's beat him! Let's go, Doug!
Look at just one of many examples of what a stark difference this is. Kamala is leading on hurricane recovery, while Donald Trump and his lackeys are lying. They're lying. They're spreading misinformation and disinformation that's putting lives at risk. Dangerous. It's wrong. Kamala Harris always puts the country and the American people first. Now, Tim Walz is going to be here in Arizona tomorrow. I'll get to see him. I'll give him that big bear hug again. But in the debate, this moment was just unbelievable. Tim looked JD right in the face and just asked him a simple question. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? And all JD could muster was, you know, Tim, I'm just moving forward.
What kind of answer is that?
It could have been in that SNL skit. Well, it was.
Couch boy.
By the way, Andy Samberg. Kamala is everywhere. She had a great 60 Minutes interview with Jared last night. Now, of course, Trump was too scared to show up for his 60 Minutes interview. And he's ducking a second debate. I wonder why. Kamala is taking her case to every audience possible. Just today, she was on The View, Howard Stern, and Colbert. All today. The Stern interview was phenomenal. So if anyone is wavering, still hasn't made a decision, check that interview out. That was fantastic. You're going to hear that this woman who I love so much, cares so deeply about this country, and is more than prepared to be president on day one and be commander-in-chief. Because this election is a binary choice. Who wants to go back to denying election results? No, we do not want to go back. We want a new way forward with Kamala, who has spent her entire career working for you, working for the people. From her earliest days as a prosecutor, putting really bad people away for horrible things, to my home state's Attorney General of California, our United States Senator, and now as Vice President. You get the hint. She's qualified for this job. We've seen her in all these years, all these roles, fighting for us, making a difference for us. And in these years as Vice President, whether she's traveling across the country, in the Oval Office with the President, or in the Situation Room, she knows what she is doing because she has been doing the work. She doesn't have to figure out or wonder what it would be like to be on world stage or what it would be like to be a world leader. She doesn't have to do that because she already is a world leader. She already is She's going to be a president for all Americans, no matter where they live or who they voted for, but vote for her. That's why you're hearing the USA chants wherever she goes. People want to have a president that they're actually proud of. They want a president where they're not getting up in the middle of the night like when Trump was president. Remember those days? You get up and hit your stomach and you look at your phone and you didn't want to see it. And I see everyone nodding their head and smiling. We want a leader who believes in us and someone that we can believe in as well.
Yeah.
Who wants to go back? Nobody! We're not going back! We're not going back! Can't go back! We gotta go into the future! Not going back! We need to move into the future. We gotta go forward. So let's talk about Kamala's vision for our future. She has plans to create an opportunity economy where everyone, all of us, have a chance to compete and to succeed. I was a business lawyer for a long time. Cole said 30 years, that is a long time. So I can tell you, she is a capitalist. She is pro-growth, she is pro-innovation, she's pro-business, but she's also pro-worker. All these things can be true at the same time. She's talked at length about her economic plan, where one, we must lower costs. And just today, she announced an important new proposal that will help families care for aging parents. Her plan calls for more than 100 million Americans to get a tax cut, not just the very few who actually don't need it. And she's going to take on price gouging on groceries and continue to lower costs. Savings to Medicare generated by negotiating lower drug prices will help fund a new Medicare at Home benefit to cover home care for seniors. She will make housing more affordable and accessible by building 3 million new homes. She's proposing a $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. She's also going to invest in innovation and entrepreneurship by making it easier for Americans to start businesses. She set a goal of 25 million new business applications in her first term. That's building on a record 19 million new businesses applications in her term as Vice President. And to make it easier to start a new business, she's going to implement a $50,000, not $5,000, tax deduction to cover startup costs. Because, as she told Oprah, $5,000 only covers the concept of a business.
We need a real concept.
And Kamala's committed to make sure that the United States leads the world in industries of the future. So the Biden-Harris administration has set a great foundation for our economy through historic investments in infrastructure, including right here in Arizona, clean energy, and chip manufacturing. Kamala's going to continue to build on that work so that we, the United States, can own the next generation of technology. She has personally led on issues like AI and space, including commercial applications. Her plan is going to make sure that we, the United States, win the competition for the 21st century. I want to set the record straight on something. There is this myth, there is this illusion that Trump was a good business person in his business career, and that he was good on the economy when he was president. But since I was a lawyer for a long time, I deal in facts and evidence, so let's look at the facts and the evidence.
Let's do look at it.
So when Trump was president, here's what happened to the economy. He was the first president since Herbert Hoover, so we're talking Depression era, to leave office with fewer jobs than when he started. That's a fact. Trump's tax cuts to billionaires cost us, all of us, $8.4 trillion. That was at trillion. That is also a fact. And he's proposing policies, if he got reelected, that would add another 10 trillion in deficit spending, including to expand those tax cuts for the billionaires and the biggest corporations, many of whom do not want them because they know what it's doing to our economy. It's tanking it. So we know Trump failed on the economy when he actually was president. So now let's think, what's he talking about if he ever came back? So his big plan, again, you have to kind of discern what he's saying in his economic addresses when he's mostly just scapegoating immigrants.
It's a concept.
That's what he's doing in those speeches. But if you can kind of piece it together and discern what he's actually talking about, his big plan for the economy is a massive sales tax in the form of these tariffs. It's basically you pay more for stuff because he is going to impose those whether Congress approves it or not. He said that. And it would cost all of your families an extra $4,000 a year unnecessarily. So let's just call it what it is. It's the $4,000 Trump sales tax. That's his economic plan. That's it.
Preach.
And Moody's has predicted that these policies would trigger a recession next year. So almost immediately upon if he ever got back to office. So it's no surprise that actual business leaders, people who actually succeeded in business and real economic experts are backing Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
More than 90 CEOs and business leaders have endorsed Kamala, including Mark Cuban, an actual business millionaire, an actual successful businessman, and very good on TV as well. Goldman Sachs has said that GDP growth and job growth will go up under a Harris presidency and be hurt under a Trump presidency. This is basic stuff. A bipartisan group of 400 economic experts endorsed Kamala Harris. So again, Trump, it's a myth. It's all an illusion. It's all part of the gaslighting and the lies. So speaking of gaslighting and lies, let's talk about the border.
Woo!
So when it comes to border security, as Kamala said, she was the only one on that debate stage who took on transnational gangs. When she visited the border right here in Douglas, in Arizona, a couple of weeks ago, she's the only one with an actual comprehensive solution to deal with immigration and to secure the border. A solution that Trump killed. There was a bipartisan bill that President Biden would have signed to help this issue, but Trump called his cronies in Congress and killed it because he would rather run on a problem than solve it. That's what happened. This is basic stuff. He could have done something about it. All he does is complain about it. Every other word out of his mouth is about the border, and he's the one. He is the one that killed that bill. So the contrast on the economy and immigration could not be clearer. And it's the same story in reproductive rights. Yeah. So Cole and I have worked with a group called Men for Choice because this reproductive... 22 states have abortion bans in place since the Dobbs decision, including here in Arizona. And look, make no mistake about it, Donald Trump is the cause of the Dobbs decision. He ran on a platform that, one, women should be punished for seeking an abortion. He said it. There's a video of him saying that. He said he was going to appoint Supreme Court justices to overturn Roe. He did just that. And with the Dobbs decision, they overturned Roe. And now we see basically this post-Dobbsian hellscape that this entire country is living under, and women are dying because of it. Yeah. Women are dying, and also, look at what this has done in the medical profession. Doctors are literally looking over their shoulders and even moving to different states so that they can practice medicine without fear. And these bans, no one wants these bans. These are an extreme minority position. It's an extreme position forced on us by an extreme minority. Yes. And so all that anger that we felt when the Dobbs decision came down, we need to remember that anger, channel that anger, and vote for Prop 1. Pro-freedom, pro-choice,
I know this is working because Niall's crying.
Up and down the ballot. I want Kamala Harris and Donald Trump can overrule the will of the people and take action to ban abortion in all 50 states, regardless of state-level protections. He's gaslighting you when he says that he's going to be good for women. He's gaslighting you when he says he's going to be a protector of women. He's gaslighting you when he says that everyone was happy when Roe v. Wade was overturned. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? When Kamala Harris is president, she is going to fight to protect abortion access and reproductive rights. Kamala said 4 things. 2, she's going to earn that nomination. She did it. She's going to unite our party. She did it. And she said she was going to unite the country. Well, we have built a massively big tent behind her. I was at a Republicans for Kamala event just earlier today in Mesa, and look at what she's accomplished. We have this big tent from Bernie Sanders on one hand to Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney on the other. Tell you see that event with her and Liz Cheney in Wisconsin? Woo! That's what this is all about. Your own former Republican Senator Jeff Flake has endorsed Kamala Harris. Woo! Why did he do that? Why did he do it? Because he said there's nothing more conservative than putting your country over your party. Look at what retired General Stanley McChrystal has said about Kamala. He's already voted for her. He's saying he voted for her because of her character, because of her leadership, because he knows in the position that he has what's at stake, who the President of the United States matters so much. And that's why he and so many other Republicans, moderates, independents are coming over. And again, we may not agree on every single issue, although we do agree on a lot, but we agree on the big things of who we are as Americans, our rule of law, our Constitution, our very way of life, and that is freedom of party. And speaking of leadership, Kamala's ready on day 1 to be the commander-in-chief of the world's most lethal fighting force. And this is why 741 high-ranking national security leaders, including 15 retired 4-star generals and admirals, have endorsed Kamala Harris. Kamala has said this. You all know this. This is not only the most important election of our lifetimes, it's the most important election of our country's lifetime. This is it. This is the big one. The other side has told us who they are through Dobbs, Project 2025, and you just imagine, who do you want picking the next 2 or 3 Supreme Court justices? This is what is at stake right now. And you know, the other side, they're throwing all this stuff at all of us each and every day, the name calling, the nonsense, the gaslighting. But you know what? None of that is going to distract us. None of that is going to distract us because we have far too much at stake to get distracted. So what little free time she and I have together, it's basically the same conversation. Get back out there. Discipline, focus, and get back out there. That's why I'm here. She is doing her part. She is taking Trump on, head on. She has had our back. Are you going to have her back? This election is still close. It shouldn't be this close, but it is. So this is why you got to let your friends and family know why are you voting for Kamala? Why are you here on a Tuesday night? You got to let everyone in your neighborhood, your community, the entire state to know why you're supporting Kamala Harris. So be like Kamala. Be a joyful warrior so we can get this done. You great Michelle Obama, who's there, and she's going to do something. But she also said that we need to vote in numbers that erase any doubt and overwhelm any effort to suppress us. Why? Because that's what they're going to try to do. So vote early. It starts tomorrow. Help your friends and family make a plan to vote. Help them figure out where to vote, when are they going to go, how they're going to get there, all that good stuff. 28 days to do it. So let's call, let's text, let's door knock. Let's